Silent Trail Project is a devoted circle of friends and family brought together by love and by the unanswered question of where their loved one is. Our team brings together a broad range of professional expertise and experiences, but we are united by one shared purpose: to honor the missing, to speak their name, and to keep their story alive. Together, we stand beside the family to keep the search moving forward, and we hold on to hope that one day answers will come, and with them, the peace and closure their hearts deserve.
All right, hi there. My name is Tony Cobb, and I am a retired detective out of the Pacific Northwest. I had spent 20 years as a detective, 30 years total as a police officer, and my experience has been in relation to homicide investigations, missing person cases, and a multitude of different types of crimes that I've investigated. One of the biggest things that I've done, and I think I can bring a value to the group that we're here to discuss, is that I've led many homicide cases where you have multiple people that are assigned tasks to look into, to read, to try to evaluate, and to get more in depth on information that's provided. So that's some background for me. Currently, I live in Arizona right now, and again, from the Pacific Northwest, and turn it to you.
And I'm DJ. I spent 13 years as a volunteer firefighter. I've worked construction for 31 years. Currently, I am still working construction, almost ready to retire. Thank God. But probably for the last 20 years, I've been supervision, managing, stuff like that. My background, other than that, is I have done some search and rescue when I was younger. My dad, he was on a search and rescue team, and I went out with him quite a bit doing search and rescue. Other than that, that's me. I live in the Pacific Northwest. So for many years, we've talked about, Tony and I have talked about doing a YouTube channel of either going after missing person cases, looking for, buried treasure, or, lost and found people, or lost people, not lost and found, because if they're found, we're not looking for them. Looking for lost people.
We need a cut sign, ready?
We do, and
Cut too.
And cut. So Tony and I have talked about for years of starting a YouTube channel. Our thoughts were to try to find a channel that doing things that we both enjoy. We're both scuba divers, so our first thoughts were, let's do a diving channel, doing recoveries and stuff like that. And then we got together, and Tony had an epiphany one night. He woke up, he can tell his story, but my thoughts were, I'd love to start a channel of searching, like there's a lot of like crime channels, like mystery channels and stuff like that, and we kind of were on that line of wanting to do things like that. And then I'll let Tony go into his thoughts, and I'll kind of interject in there as well.
Yeah, and I'll elaborate a little bit more, because I remember that we were watching several of the episodes of Adventures with Purpose, and they were all from the Pacific Northwest. And when we watched the channels, it was kind of like, man, they're doing some great things for the families. They are going out, they're working with the families, trying to find lost loved ones. Well, that was something that we definitely were interested in, and something we wanted to start with a YouTube channel. The problem is that I moved to Arizona, and when I moved to Arizona, there is not a lot of water to do that, so that was something that really kind of hindered us for a while. But it wasn't until about 3 months now, I think it's 3 months ago, that thinking about this, I woke up at 3 in the morning out of the blue and said there's got to be another way, and started thinking about, well, what if we started looking into missing person cases, and that those cases would be somewhere somewhat local to the Arizona where I'm living, and that DJ and I can kind of combine efforts and bring some sort of team together to start looking at these cases. And lo and behold, at 3 in the morning, I started searching, and found a case that happens to be not too far from here, which is right in Buckeye. I'm in Goodyear, Arizona, which is bordering Buckeye. And about 5 years ago, there was a boy that was lost who was named Daniel Robinson, and he has not been found. And his family's been searching for him ever since. So when I woke up that next morning, I reached out to DJ and says, "I think we found what we're going to do," and kind of told you this is the thoughts.
So when he told me that, I also kind of had it, maybe not that night, but probably the night before. I also woke up in the middle of the night and was thinking about missing person cases. And then when he told me, "Hey, I got this idea," I'm like, "Hey, I had the same idea." So it kind of clicked for us both.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're going to go with this channel is looking at missing person cases. Yes, Daniel Robinson we're going to look at. Hopefully get into many more. And our goal is probably not to find the people, but that ultimately that is the goal, to help find the people. But just kind of bring light to these stories of these missing people, because a lot of times in the media they bring it up for a while and then it kind of just dissipates. Well, we don't want those memories to fade. We want to keep looking for those and bring light back to the issue at hand.
Yeah, and I would say on top of that, as his background as a firefighter, my background as a detective, I know we both have worked missing person cases in one realm, one way or the other. But I can tell you from personal experience that it is extremely difficult to find missing people that have been gone for a long time. We totally recognize that. And I want to reiterate the point that DJ is making is that we're trying to keep this in the limelight for the family, to try to keep that hope alive, try to keep the information flowing. But again, we recognize how difficult it is to find people that were missing for many, many years, and it's very tough. And I think also what we can say is that we are not here to by any means place blame on anybody for actions that have occurred during a missing persons case or investigation, because we know it weighs on everybody who's involved, and everybody is trying to do the right thing to try to find that missing person for the family, and we respect that.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So,
I mean, we're just gonna, like I said, just bring light back into these cases. So maybe it'll spark a spark to get other people looking at them, and that's kind of what we're hoping for.
all right, so how we came up with the Silent Trail project, I'm going to full credit where credit is due. That had nothing to do with me. So I'm going to turn it to DJ. And DJ, you tell us, how did that name come up?
You know, honestly, I don't remember. We were sitting around the table one night and we were trying to come up with names for this, and we had multiple names, and what we figured we came up with the Silent Trail Project. Basically, the thought behind it is a lot of these trails have gone silent, so we want to bring the silence away from it and bring it back to the light.
And then you came up with a logo that we're using. Obviously, you'll see in the video.
Yes.
And that logo has a couple different portions to it, and one of which is very meaningful in regards to keep searching for the people who are missing. So it's very well thought out name in regards to the group, because it really is a project. And in fact, it's such a project that when we came together to bring this, we actually went to a bunch of friends that we all know, friends and family that are just around the area, and we actually pitched this as, "Hey, this is the group that we want to start. And is there anybody who wants to be involved in this? And if there is, please let us know." And we're talking about people, obviously retired police officer, detective, retired firefighting, current manager. We have people that are nurses. We have people that are engineers. We have people that are construction. You name it. The background is diverse. And what we're trying to do is to bring that diversity in. But I know, and you can talk about this, is that when we asked and brought this up to that group, they were overwhelmingly ready to go to say, we want to bring some hope to the family. And we actually used the Daniel Robinson case as an idea of why we wanted to do what we did.
Everybody was excited. Everybody was jumping on board, wanting to help. And I mean, it's just good-hearted people. And that's kind of what we want, is good-hearted people helping us. Just different ideas, just a big diverse group is what we want. Because, I mean, Tony, ex-detective or retired detective, he has a lot more knowledge on all of this stuff than we do, but sometimes, a different point of view is great.
And we also need that expertise. Having a nurse, in fact, a couple of nurses that are involved in this group, to be able to give us that context of medical issues or medications or anything like that is just amazing to have, and it's important. In fact, there is one person who involved in search and rescue, did it for the Pacific Northwest for many years, and we'd like to bring him onto this team. So hopefully by the time this video gets going, he'll be involved and will be a part of it. But just a diverse group. And again, I want to go back to, they are all caring and want the best for the family and to push this forward. And there is no other reason why we're doing this, but because it's a passion, I think, of both of ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we just want to, like I said, just bring light to things that have gone quiet.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Episode 1 is dedicated to the family of Daniel Cornelius Robinson. Daniel went missing on June 23rd, 2021 in the Arizona desert just west of Phoenix. Daniel was just 24 years of age when he went missing. Our team will review the police reports that have been released on this case. We will also travel to the scene where Daniel went missing. We will talk about NamUs, which is the National Database of Missing Persons. We will look at the search efforts that have occurred. Once our team has completed the review, our focus shifts entirely to keeping the search in the spotlight, ensuring the case stays visible to give the family continued hope until answers are found.